invite the rest of the audience who are interested in our learning portal to come in and settle down. We'll start soon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our IBAQ e-learning launch. We're very excited today to present to you for the first time to an audience like yourselves this portal that our people have worked so hard on, and I hope you see this as a good tool that will be useful for yourselves, and as well you can disseminate with your colleagues and friends. So again, good afternoon and welcome to Okay, so I would like to call on Mr. Bjarne Peterson to give his opening remarks and welcome you all again to this very important event.
Let's put it up there. Oh. So just catching my breath, I was running here for another meeting. Let's see, which launch is this one? No, joking. Since I joined Clean Air Asia almost 5 years ago now, one of the things that I really liked when I joined the organization, and that is very close to my heart, is capacity building. Clean Air Asia has always been involved in capacity building one way or the other. More often than not, it was more depending on the projects than on a coherent approach to capacity. We've over the years, via programs, and especially the IBAQ program, managed to consolidate our capacity building, make it much more efficient, and making sure that we as an organization are clear also with ourselves that capacity building and the need for capacity is critical to any good and solid science-based air quality management. Moving forward internally, we have deployed some thinking about how we can be even more efficient. Well, I'm happy to report that we have trained under the IBAQ program 1,500 officials over the last 5 years. Sounds really good, but there's a lot more officials out there that needs to be trained than just these 1,500. So what we have done and what we're going to present to you is us going online with a consolidated capacity building offer that is supplementing the day-to-day capacity and building efforts we already do across countries in Asia and especially in China and India. So with this, I'll hand over and I hope you enjoy the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Bjarne. To present an overview of the IBAQ program and the learning portal, and as well as how users can access the available courses online, I would like to call on Ms. Dang Esquita, our Senior Program Coordinator at Clean Air Asia.
Thank you, Joel. I'll stay here because you can see me. Okay. So 5 years ago when I joined Clean Air Asia, I was tasked to convene the authors group of the guidance framework for better air quality in Asia. And with that, I knew that there's a lot in store for me to help support in implementing the activities under the IBAQ program. So I'd like to share just a slide which tells us what the IBAQ program is and how has it been implemented in the past 5 years. And overall, its objective is to improve air quality and contribute to more livable and healthy cities in Asia, with focus on cities with high impact potential and potential for leveraging wider change. Cleaner Asia leads this program with implementing partners, the IGES and ACAP, and it is supported by the Ministry of Environment of Japan. Now, as Bjorny mentioned earlier, we are very, going back, the guidance framework for better air quality in Asian cities has been developed and launched as a pioneering approach to help stakeholders, air quality management stakeholders in the region, to build their capacity for air quality management. And we're speaking of capacity building in many ways, and this is one, launching an online platform for learning is, we deem is one of the more economical and more efficient ways of delivering knowledge and solutions. So with this, I'd like to share that since 2014, we've embarked on delivering training and capacity building through face-to-face training, study tours, experts visit to cities, facilitating platforms of knowledge exchange, as well as training of trainers to ensure sustainability of information transfer. We also support direct technical assistance in terms of developing, for example, emissions inventory manuals and technical guidelines for national and city level stakeholders to build their capacity in this regard. And we also keep, as an organization, we also keep a database or a repository of resources and experts that when we are approached to by stakeholders, we can provide them guidance on whom they can consult on specific air quality management topics. And we have also, in the past and up to now, organized regional air quality management collaboration platforms. And with this, we are happy to report that this has elicited several policy impacts and changes, not only in specific countries, but region-wide in terms of capacity building. So, as Bjorn mentioned earlier, we are moving on to the next phase of delivering knowledge and information. So we'd like to launch the IBAQ program learning portal, which aims to promote not only the guidance framework, but itself deliver solutions and information that would help stakeholders in building capacity for air quality management. So we recognize that providing an online course may facilitate access to not only high-level stakeholders of air quality management, but also those who are enthusiasts, practitioners who just want to learn the fundamentals of air quality management. So in the learning portal, what we offer is a suite of courses focused on the guidance areas of the guidance framework. So what does the guidance area module look like? So it consists of pre-tests, the module itself, and actually also proposed tests and assessments so that we could gauge knowledge transfer and gain of students or learners who access the portal. It also showcases tools developed by Cleaner Asia and our partners, which not only focuses on overall air quality management, but also on specific topics like walkability, clean fleet management, green trucks, etc. The portal also showcases an extensive library of resources that are all categorized under the guidance areas. So we have compiled hundreds of journal articles, reports, agency publications, books, and presentations in this library. So we've piloted the guidance framework modules which are embedded in the portal. We've invited 85 participants with Mostly are from academe, represented from countries from Philippines, Thailand, India, and Mongolia. And we've learned that when they took the courses, there was it was manifested that the distribution of those who have no to limited knowledge on air quality management actually decreased from before to after the piloting. So with this, I'd like to just give you an overview of the portal. So if you would visit cleanerasia.org/IBAQ and click on learning, so you will see the interface offering courses, learning resources. It also allows you to manage your own account as a learner, and it will show you the courses that you are actually enrolled in. So as I mentioned earlier, it consolidates toolkits and libraries as well as case studies on air quality management. It also showcases events related to air quality. So for organizations here who would want to promote or disseminate their related events, we would like to encourage you to send those to us. And as this is management of the courses that learners are actually taking. Yeah. So we feature post and pre-tests and also quizzes embedded in the modules, which have been developed by international and regional air quality management specialists. So before I end my presentation, I would just like to give you an idea of how one of the courses look like. So this is a course on air quality impacts, health and other impacts. I'm using my cursor.
Urban air pollution affects the health, well-being, and life chances of hundreds of millions of men, women, and children in Asia every day. Major sources of air pollution include household fuel, waste burning, coal-fired power plants, industrial activities, and inefficient modes of transport that can release carcinogenic emissions. Not all air pollutants originate from human activities, as air quality can also be affected by natural phenomena such as forest fires and dust storms in desert regions. However, human activities release the most toxic pollutants that affect the air we breathe. Today, the air quality in many Asian cities exceeds the World Health Organization guideline limits for the protection of human health. According to the World Health Organization, 92% of the world's population now live in places where air quality levels exceed health limits, and 7 million premature deaths worldwide are linked to exposure to ambient and household air pollution. Majority of air pollution-related deaths occur in low and middle-income countries, and the global burden of disease attributed to outdoor air pollution is highest in the Western Pacific and Southeast Asian regions. Aside from health impacts, air pollution also adversely affects the global environment and thus has economic repercussions. Understanding these impacts and taking appropriate action is an integral part of air quality management.
Okay, so
this module is divided into 5 sections. Air pollution
it's not being
impacts,
friendly.
health impacts assessment, air pollution.
Okay, so similar modules are developed for all the guidance areas of the guidance framework. And then we encourage, we actually would be developing more specialized courses as we receive support to develop them and to also cater to the needs of the cities and partners that we. So with that, I would like to end my presentation with a note, I would like to commend the teams, especially Ms. Erica Macapagal, for putting this up, and also if you want to showcase your courses, your events, please send them to e-learning at cleanairasia.org. So thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you, Dan. I'm sure it will be interesting. Everyone could access the website now and have fun. I tried one of them. It was fun. So we've invited also respondents to the e-learning modules that we've done. And I would like to call them and probably if just come up as one is finished. But I'll introduce all of them at the same time now. The three respondents that we will have reacting to this launch and the e-learning portal. First is Dr. Nguyen T. Kim Wan. She is a professor at the Asian Institute of Technology. And next is Ms. Gloria Buenaventura. She's the head of the City Environment Management Office of Marikina City in the Philippines. And Dr. Huang Dong Tung. He is the current president of the Clean Air Partnership in Vietnam. And I think we will start with Dr. Kim Wan for her reaction to the portal.
Thank you. Thank you very much for actually having me enrolled in this process. I'm very happy to see the e-learning that you launched today. And thank Clean Air Asia. I'm a professor at Asian Institute of Technology, and I surely would bring it to my students in AAD, and my students at AAD actually professor in their own university in different countries in Asia. So I hope that to multiply the effect. And then it's very impressive that Brian mentioned that you have 1,500 trainees already. So with the e-learning, we hope that we have many more hundreds to get. And it's really good that you also provide them certificates, some tests and certificates, so that they go through and then they get certificates. Because for many countries, collecting those certificates means a lot for their career. And then encourage them to learn more. Because passing a test, you can get certificate. And again, this is my very short comment, and I am impressed with the Clean Air effort and your team, and hope that more and more people will use, and we will have more capacity built, and we have clean air. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. So in the case of a local government unit, that's the way I see it, the portal, of course it will be very useful. And with the tools and the kit, the whole kit, and even it comes with a library. So there will be an array of references for us. But the challenge here is, but there was no mention, is it downloadable, or you have to have an internet connection before you can have?
It has an accompanying module that can be downloaded, but the e-learning material should be accessed online.
Should be online, yeah. So in that case, we have to be online. I think connectivity will be one of the problem, and you're not going to use it for a short time, I think, you know. So you'll spend maybe an hour or two just to fully access. But there's one challenge here. There are other similar apps already, like the green building and solid waste, and other technologies which are accessible online. But the real challenge is how to get the key people to use this. And how about how can we mandate those government agencies who are supposed to be benefiting from this, and some of them really prefer, personal interface learning module, and I think in the Philippines, aside maybe from the academe, the local government is really keen on utilizing e-learning portals, and that is very sad. Even though all the local government units now are into they say it's computerization and ITs, but it has to be uh, more reinforced. So maybe it would take maybe an enabling endorsement or legislation, no, for us to really benefit from this. And it's a beautiful it's a beautiful and a beautiful one, and I would like to congratulate Cleaner Asia for this. And I hope the world would know about this, no, so that we can maximize the benefits that it will give to us.
Thank you, Dr. Pat, Kim Wan, and Ms. Gloria. I think they both raised good points from Dr. Kim Wan about certification, about recognizing, for example, a student of the e-learning module, how they would be able to benefit from it, from not just in the learning perspective, from the learning perspective, but the career perspective as well. And Ms. Gloria actually raised the two very important points. One is outreach and encouraging more people to use it, and two, what about those cities or locations where this kind of learning is important and needed, but they don't have the connectivity, whether existing or reliable if existing already. So maybe if Dan could say something to react to those 3 points, and we will open the floor for a few minutes and for a few questions afterwards.
So, just very quickly, in terms of institutionalizing capacity building, where Cleaner Asia is actually working with research institutions and educational, universities in the network, the regional training network that we have, for them to embed these courses, whether face-to-face or online or the offline modules that we have, into their curriculum. In fact, I think University of the Philippines, IESM, have already began taking this as credit units, offering this to students as part of their cognitive courses. So we're working towards that direction. We're establishing local training hubs in the region, and also continuing to work with research institutions as well as local governments to consider this as merits to their staff or officers. So that would be my response.
So we welcome any questions or further comments. Those who have probably tried the e-learning module.
It's mobile friendly too.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a question, but I'd like to say the e-learning launching now is very good because I have been a member of the UP Open University. I used to teach there as solid waste management. So it's very, very good, very informative, and can learn a lot. I used to work with them from 9 p.m. up to 12. So that's a very good integrated BAQ learning. I would commend this.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Yeah. My name is An from Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment of Vietnam. Firstly, I would like to congratulate the team for the excellent work and carry out. My question is whether we put unit in my country in terms of copyright and technical issues. First, if we can make a link from our website to this portal for the use in my country.
Yeah.
In terms of copyright and the technical issues. And another point I'd like to raise is the language. Because, for instance, in my country, English is not popular. So, if do you have a plan to make it available in some other local language or not? Or we can probably work together to make it the local language. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. An. Actually, one of the key needs that we've assessed in terms of capacity building is language, the barrier. So we're in the next phase of developing this portal. We will consider that. And also in terms of launching this or introducing this to your local communities, we encourage actually your websites or your platforms to link the system, but they would have to be enrolled in the learning management system that is hosted by Cleaner Asia. So no problem with us linking this portal to your websites, but the management side would be hosted by Cleaner Asia, and it's for free. So this is fundamental core, so we deem that everyone should have access to this kind of learning.
Okay, if there are no more comments, you could still approach Dan later at lunch. Lunch will be served just outside the room. It's specifically for our group and for this launch. And if you have any questions, you can approach any of the Cleaner Asia staff involved in developing this e-learning module. Again, we would like to thank you for coming to this launch, and I hope you get to try this one day, if not soon, like the moment you get home to your hotel rooms. Thank you very much, and enjoy lunch, everybody.